I'm going to tell you a story real quick. And this story should sound real familiar to you because this is the story of how you became you. You see, when you were first born, you were born with a blank slate. You didn't have any concept of self, right? So you had no beliefs, you had no opinions. You were completely blank. Every single thought, feeling, and belief you have today started forming in your childhood, especially between the years of 0 to 7. All the beliefs you have were passed down from previous people. The things that you believe were taught to you by the people in your life, especially when you're a child. Now, don't get it twisted. You were born with your own personality traits, unique talents and qualities and whatnot. Everybody has different things. We're all unique. But your self-perception was programmed. When you came into this world, you came into this world fearless and spontaneous. You did whatever you felt like doing. But how you see yourself right now is 100% programmed. Your curiosity when you were younger led you to explore and try to do things. But what happened? The adults will say stop, or they smack you, or they'll stop you from doing certain things. And what this did, it birthed fear and a suppression of your natural spontaneity. Your parents, they weren't really trying to do anything bad. They were just trying to protect you because there's a lot of things out there that could hurt you. But you were just trying to figure out your environment. You wanted to touch and experience everything. And parents, they have a tendency to like overreact about these things. I even found myself doing that with my own son. But when they did that to you, that's when fear was born, because you had no fear when you were born. And then that spontaneous version of you that did what you felt was natural started to die. So this started reinforcing self-doubt. You didn't really understand why your parents were tripping out, but you learned whenever you try something new, there was usually a negative consequence with that. And this reinforced self-doubt. You started thinking like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not capable. Now, you say I can't as an adult because that's the fear of failure that has been reinforced over the years. There's a box that people put you in, and that box was shaped by your parents, your friends, and society. So you started off fearless, but now negativity has become your default. When you were born, positivity was your default. So now you think in terms of failure instead of success. Most people fear failure, but they don't think in terms of success. So what if you were told as a child that danger is real, but fear is an illusion? From the start of your life, you've been attached to the opinions of others because you know instinctively that you needed them to survive. You needed to please your parents to survive. They were keeping you alive, right? And this was used to control and influence you. And then there's the social pressures as you get older in the teenage years. You want to conform. It's really strong when you're a teenager. I did a lot of nonsense as a teenager because I wanted to fit in. And you probably did the same thing because you want to seek that approval. Every choice that you made, you're trying to make sure that others will support you. This is an instinctive survival mechanism. And it all ties back to that early programming from your parents, which is reinforced by society. So now you got to ask yourself, who are you? And who were you before all this programming? In order to find yourself, you need to learn to accept and love yourself. Most people are going to spend their entire lives not even knowing who they really are. But the key to freeing yourself is self-love. When was the last time, if ever, that you looked in the mirror and you said, I like myself, or I love myself? It might seem like strange or narcissistic, but you can't control your thoughts, but you can control your words. So when you tell yourself something, eventually you could start to believe it. And then you're going to start to become fearless and confident. Because what you're doing there is reprogramming your mindset. The more you love yourself, the less others' opinions will affect you. And you'll start to see those setbacks and obstacles as what they truly are, an illusion. Despite all the programming that you have, the beautiful thing about learned behavior is that it could be unlearned. So you're at this point in your life. Focus on the now, not the past. What happened before and all the programming that you had, it doesn't matter as much as what you do next. The steps that you take right now to become the best version of yourself is what really matters. But first, You have to figure out who you are. You have to know yourself and think about all the decisions that you make that are not because of what you want to do, but what society, your parents, your friends expect you to do. Who is that person? When you answer these questions, the fear will disappear and the spontaneity will come back. It'll start to be a lot more spontaneous because you're too unique of a person and your life is too valuable for you to spend your entire life living under these false constraints because of previous programming. You might not have known it before, but you know it now. And because you know it, you have the power to change. So if you feel dissatisfaction about where your life is going and the actions that you take every day, and you know it's not really aligned with who you are, you can make a change. Free your mind and be yourself. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.